What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back with another review of 11 Hip Hop Miami. This is Season 6, Episode 12, and let's get right into it because we start this episode off right where we left off, and that was with Swerve getting, upset at the fact that Bobby wasn't listening to him. Yet, keep in mind, Hot Topic was talking as well, and he has poured a drink on Bobby. And when I tell y'all, I am so done with most of the people who was in this scene. I'm absolutely disgusted by them, and I'm done with them. First of all, you have everybody in their confessional saying how they felt about the situation. Joy is saying, Bobby, he handled it well. And I'm like, handled it well? First of all, the boy is in shock because he just got water poured on him. For what reason? Because all he was doing was explaining himself. Yet Swerve, he decided to pour a cup of water on Bobby when he wasn't even doing the majority of the talking. Really, it was Hot Topic. Then for Snoop to get in his confessional and say there should be an encore of that, as if Bobby was so much in the wrong. And baby, don't even get me started on Hot Topic because you are so thirsty to be back in good graces with Trina. And she over here laughing in Bobby's face. And she was laughing like a schoolgirl laughing when something happened in elementary school. Like, girl, grow up. While you have Swerve in the background talking about some, y'all been disrespectful up in here, blah, blah, blah. Negro, shut up. Now, of course, Bobby is pissed off about this. And he even goes outside because Trina and Swerve, they're about to leave. And he's like, Trina, why would you let your husband pour water on me? Like, why would you even let that go down? Baby, she done rolled that window down and is popping off. Swerve he yelling as well. And I'm just like, are you serious, Trina? Like, I already wasn't rocking with you. But this right here is wild. Like, your husband was dead wrong. Absolutely. And the fact that you yelling at Bobby is crazy to me. I have never seen people act this childish on a show in a while. Okay? And like the way they are all coming at Bobby is crazy. Bobby ain't never been my favorite person on this show, but he definitely don't deserve none of this. And Trina and her husband's behavior, absolutely disgusting. Because they finally ride off or whatever. And at this point, everybody is clearing out of the building. Hot Topic, she's still going off talking about how, because you thought you was going to get away with this and blah, blah, blah. And Bobby is like, okay, so this lets me know you definitely run that blog that posted that Trina was married. Okay, she gets so upset at that statement, she throws a shoe at Bobby. And I'm just like, girl, what is happening right now? Because how is it that Bobby is getting attacked left and right, and really, Bobby did not do anything? The only thing that Bobby did was put his feelings to the side and not tell Hot Topic about it. Because legit, he told her about the email. He probably sent it to her and was like, look at this girl. You know what I'm saying? He never told her to move forward on anything. A lot of this was Hot Topic doing her own thing. Okay? Now, when Bobby met up with his cousin, you know what I'm saying? He put all his feelings to the side and was like, as long as Trina happy, good for her. Then Bobby was MIA. Bobby, I don't know what he was doing wherever he was, but Bobby was MIA. Yet you have Hot Topic who was running around the city whining and crying to anybody who will listen to her. She took action on her own. Girl, Bobby ain't never put on battery in your back to be like, girl, you need to go research this. You need to go talk to the baby mama. None of that happened. So in this situation, when Bobby came back to the city, he's confused because there's a lot of stuff that's changed. Like, I'm sorry, but Hot Topic, you still loud and wrong. But you know what? Let's just go ahead and move on. We see Ray. He is going to go see, what's his name? Marcus. And Marcus is playing this song in the booth or whatever. And here's the thing. I'm going to be honest. I don't like Marcus's rapping voice. Like, it sounds very tired, very lazy, and I'm not a fan. So here's the thing. Marcus, I think you're holding Brooke back because you trying to do that whole joint album thing and really just let Brooke be the singer that she is and put out her own project. Sorry. Because I'm not sure if I want to hear Marcus rapping on the track. Like, I thought he was a producer, not a rapper. Yet here he is rapping on a Ray J record. Child, that record ain't going nowhere. Anyways, they sit up here and talk, and Ray J swear up and down that he ain't doing nothing in these streets. Do I believe Ray J? Absolutely not. However, Marcus is worried about this man. So basically, Ray J goes on to tell us about how there were some things that were posted online that, he was, according to him, trying to protect Princess and the kids. And here's my thing. Only thing I pulled from that, because I'm sorry, I am annoyed with Princess and Ray J. They've been going back and forth for years, being together, not together. Who really cares? All I gotta say is that one thing that I like about Love and Hip Hop is that if there's something that's happening on the internet, the way they incorporate it on the show, it makes so much sense. Like, the person is going to talk about it. They're going to address it and be like, this is what I posted on the internet, or, this is what's being said on the internet, but this is what's really the truth. Versus you have, like, Love and Marriage Huntsville, where Maurice went a whole season barely talking about a DUI because he didn't want to talk about it, which is crazy. Yeah, he want to talk about somebody disparaging his character. You know what? Not even going to talk about that. Leave that over there in Huntsville. Here's the thing. You have Ray J talking about all the things that went down with Amara and all of this stuff. And I'm just like, Ray J, stop telling the story as if you feel bad for what happened between the ladies, because you don't. Moving on. So, unfortunately, we got to sing with Flo, and she has rounded up her troops. She's rounded up her sister, her mother, and Marlon to meet her down at a bakery, right? I'm just like, here goes Flo and her antics. Now, this dummy has this theory that maybe Amara put some type of spell on the cake because the mama ate it, the sister ate it, and Marlon ate it. Girl, no. Your family just don't like you, and they greedy, okay? I don't think Amara put nothing on that cake. Your family just don't like you. Like, how are you not comprehending that? And then she's still stuck on the fact that, Amara, she may practice Santeria or some other type of religion that puts spells on people. Girl, you went to somebody who tried to put something on Marlon. Are you stupid? Like, how you gonna try to judge her when we saw you go see some lady that you called, what was her, a mamba? No, not a mamba, because that's a snake. A mumbo? Whatever you called that lady. Girl, you got your nerve. Then the audacity of her to be upset and be like, and who told Amara that I was going to be in the studio because, she had a lot to say and all of this stuff. And it's like, girl, you the one who kept pillow talking with Alan, getting information from him about Amara. Nobody was telling Amara anything. Like, girl, you really got the game twisted. Like, I just think it's crazy that she over here talking about I think that you're spilling all my information to somebody else. Girl, no, that's what you got Alan doing, okay? I think you have some guilt in your heart because ain't no way you over here talking to these people like this because you are so loud and wrong on everything that you think you know. It's crazy because she over trying to figure out, and who told Amara that I was going to be at the studio? Who told her that? Girl, again, your family don't like you. It was your mother. No Amara necessary. So now she decided to get all big in the chest once she figured out that it was her own mama. And she's just giving out this speech. And it's like, Flo, please stop, because you're going to be calling each and every one of these members of your family when, number one, you need somebody to watch the kids. Number two, you need Gael to fight your battles. And number three, you still want your mama to work at one of your shops. So shut up, please. And then for her to go on to be like, I'm done with y'all because I'm about to go run into Alan's arms is psychotic. Girl, ain't no way you done fell for Alan that hard. Like, find you some hobbies. Flo, get you some business about yourself. Because it's crazy to me that you thought that Amara put something on the cake when, girl, you the only one that's spazzing out acting crazy. But you know what? We're going to go ahead and move on from that. And let's talk about Amara. So, baby girl is getting the key to the city. And I will say this. I'm just a little confused because what made her wear the fro today? Like, I just feel like the way Amara be picking and choosing when to wear this fro is so strategic. That's all I'm going to say. Now, we do see that Estelita is there to support Amara because what? When you want to get more camera time, you make sure that you're besties with the queen bee, and that is Amara. So, they sit down, they talk about, what happened at Shay's event. And, of course, she mentions how Flo was going on and on about how she's a bad mother and how Alan has been pillow talking. And then in the reverse, of course, we have Eliza being talked about because Estelita don't care for her. And the thing is, Eliza's planning on launching her business and, she invited, what's her name? Amara to the event. So Amara don't even know if she want to go. I'm like, that's because you don't really like Eliza, okay? You like the fact that Eliza is kissing your butt, but you don't really like her. Child, moving on. Now, y'all, here go Gael. It's Gael and Fabo, the couple that none of us want to see, okay? We got some old footage of them, like, dancing in, like, a hot club. I'm just like, first of all, where are y'all at? Y'all look like y'all in that basement that Sean Paul was in that one video, okay? From back in the day. But nonetheless, Gael is saying that Fabo is so scared because of his co-parenting situation with Shay because, he just loves his daughter oh so much. Does he? Because, baby, according to Shay, that man don't do nothing for the daughter. So, I'm sorry. I think I'm going to believe Shay on that. Because more times than not, men are not as involved in what they kids got going on. But because they're with the partner, it looks like it's a family unit. However, the male is usually slacking. But we're going to go ahead and move on. Now, y'all, one thing that I will say is as I'm looking at Gael in this scene, I'm like, I don't know what type of miraculous makeup artist she got. Or if she getting, like, work done on her face. Because, the body's already done. Because we saw what Gael looked like when we first met her. We see that she got her body done. Is she getting, like, something done to her face? Or is she just getting a better makeup artist? Let me know in the comments. Because I'm like, Gael, you don't look as funny looking in this scene. Like, you still not, like, that girl cute. But you look better than you did before. Now, she decides that she's going to take him to see the Mambo, right? I said, now, wait a second. Ain't this the same lady who put something on you? Because your sister ran down there? I know that the lady, she put something on Fabo because Shay took her ass down there too. But I'm just like, wait, both of y'all asses is cursed. Now, here's the thing. Fabo said he ain't with this, okay? He stood there for a solid maybe 15 seconds and then he had to go ahead and exit because this girl is like, you can't stay to get this curse removed. And he's like, no, but what you can do is let me know how it go for you. And hit me up later. Because this is not in his religion. He don't believe in this. He ain't here for none of it. But also at the same time, she in her confessional talking about some, as a Christian woman, why are you over here in this lady's face? But baby, she was determined to get that curse removed from her. So yeah, that's what she did. We'll see if her life changed around. Moving on. All right, so moving on, we get to Eliza's event for foreign, I don't even know how to pronounce it, so I'm not going to butcher it. Her little castor oil, right? Okay, fine. So the first person to show up is Miami Tip. I'm like, here go Miami Tip, thirsty to be on this show again. Like, it just blows my mind every time I see her. Because, like, girl, you do not like Eliza. But because you can film with her and get a little camera time, you gonna show up. Now, according to Eliza, this is going to be a very intimate setting because she didn't really invite a lot of people from the Love and Hip Hop cast. I'm like, yeah, because you don't kick it with most of them. But nonetheless, Zoe ends up showing up. I must say, I hated Zoe's hair. Like, Zoe, you do hair. So I don't understand why you showed up with this ponytail situation. There's nothing wrong with a ponytail, but yeah, it could have been slicked a little bit better. Nonetheless, when Zoe is told what the product is, she's like, yeah, it's foreign Chevet, I think that's how you pronounce it. And she's like, oh, so it's a collab. Because she assumed that it's a collaboration between Eliza's product and Estelina's product. And it's like, girl, no, it ain't. So next thing you know, Angela shows up and, she's like, Eliza came to support me, so I'm going to support her at her event, right? Now, keep in mind, baby, Zoe is starstruck because when Angela walked in, I mean, she was just like, oh my God. It's like, relax. And one thing that annoyed me was that they were like, oh yeah, we celebrated Angela's 2 years of sobriety, right? Here come Miami Tip. Oh yeah, girl, because we used to be lit. Like, I don't know, y'all. Something about Miami, it just seems like this girl will definitely try to bring you back to your old ways. Like, it's just something about her. Now, speaking of her, okay, so Angela invites them to her sobriety party, right? But baby, while Eliza is thanking them for showing up, here goes Miami Tip again talking about before Amara get here, let me give y'all all this heat. Because her and Ray J messing around and her and Princess got into it. And I'm just like, girl, you really didn't have to run this down. But I see why you did it. Because number one, you messy. And number two, again, you're trying to get camera time. Now, speaking of camera time, again, they're waiting on certain people to show up. But who is Miami Tip waiting to show up? Shamaya, okay? Because Shamaya is the same person who was MIA when they threw her baby shower or whatever it was, a push party, whatever it was. Miss Mama's looking like she ain't about to show up again. Because every time her mama try to get her on camera, she don't want to be there because we all know that Eliza be playing. Eliza don't really be in her child life like that, but yet she in this confessional like, we're spending quality time together and we're doing this and we're doing that. Are you? Because I feel like you paid your daughter to get on this show. You know what I'm saying? So that way you can save face. Now, the person who did not show up was Amara. Yet Eliza, she still was able to say a speech and thank everybody for showing up. Moving on, Brooke and Princess, they sit down, right? So basically, Princess, she ends up asking Brooke about her laughing because Bobby told her that, Brooke was laughing at you when you had that fight. And honestly, I feel like it may have been like a nervous laugh. I don't think Brooke was really over there cracking up laughing because these girls was fighting. Moving on from that, Princess had to tell Brooke about what Ray told her because Ray said that he ended up going to Amara's house and how he smelled the cat and all of that. And here's the thing. Either way, Amara, why did you invite that man back to your house? He's married to your friend. And honestly, you had no reason to invite him back to your house. Like, that was a bit much. So Brooke, she ends up questioning Princess, like, so is this divorce for real? Because let's be honest, Ray and Princess have put divorce on the table so many times at this point, everybody probably think they playing. You know what I'm saying? But Princess is like, nah, because this is the same man who thinks that prostitutes and strippers don't count. So at that point, Marcus and Ray show up, right? Now, here's the thing, Brooke, you was being messy and you was out of line because you started off with the mess. When you went to say hello to Ray, he was being very nice, gave you a hug, but you didn't have to call him the sniffer because we hadn't even got to that point yet. So, just off of that one thing, her calling him the sniffer, Ray J was already set off, okay? He already irritated. To the point where he tells Marcus that he needs to check his wife. I said, oh, whoa, check his wife? That's a bit much. But Marcus, you could have absolutely been like, all right, let's just let them have the floor first. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, how is Marcus supposed to be a counselor and he can't even handle this conversation? Yep, would I be going to Marcus for counseling? Nonetheless, they start talking about, I think, the strippers and the prostitution, maybe, or did they talk about Amara? I can't think of what they talked about, but either way, next thing you know, Ray J is going off. Okay, he is going off, saying that this is disgusting, the way that Brooke is handling this conversation. Y'all think that it's a joke. Now, at this point, he ain't trying to take no accountability at all. But I just kind of feel like, Brooke, yikes, you kind of started this off wrong, because y'all already know who Ray J is. Y'all already know he a hothead. This was all a fail. Now, moving on, we see Flo, and she swears she has feelings for Alan. Girl, bye, you just met this man. So she ends up meeting up with him, and she thinks they must just go on like a little date, but he ends up checking her about using information about Amara against Amara. Now, in this conversation, she took no accountability because she just felt like, well, me and her were going at it, and I used it as ammunition. Alan, he ends up cutting her off at one point, and he's like, well, you know what? This situation is done. Oh, baby, why he say that? Poor little Flo, you could tell her little feelings was hurt. But who really cares? Because it was crazy to me how many times she called Amara out her name. And, like, here's the thing. He has already apologized to Amara for the things that he said to her, okay? Which is something that you're not even privy to. And I was all here for him saying, like, yo, you over here calling Amara out her name, and it's all unnecessary in this situation. Like, Flo, do you not see that you're just a bird and that man don't really want you? Like, girl, you slow. Moving on from there, we do get to see Amara. She hits the stage, and it looks like she did good, okay? She's performing. Looks like the crowd had a good time. Looks like she had a good time. And Brooke and Estelita, they were both there to support her. Now, after the performance, when they go backstage, only Brooke stays around because Estelita said she had to go somewhere. So Brooke ends up telling her, like, listen, I talked to the Norwoods, and Ray said a lot more happened. Like, he said that you invited him over to the house, and he sniffed the cat. And she's like, okay, there was no sniffing, but he absolutely came to my house. Now, her reasoning was questionable. Amara said that he came over to the house because her mom was watching the girls, and her mom couldn't take it anymore because the girls was probably getting on her nerves. That still doesn't make any sense as to why he had to come over. Like, Ray should have stayed where he was at. Also, Amara, you never told anybody that he came over to your house. And the fact that you don't see a problem with that is crazy to me. Now, she does say that she's realized that Princess and Ray are treating her as a pawn in their little game. Yes, but Amara, you are also a willing participant. Okay? Now, moving on, we get to the last scene, and that is with Angela's sobriety party. I am very proud of Angela. I feel like I did question her being on this show, because I'm just like, girl, you about to be around these crazy people. But the way Angela is handling herself on this show, I appreciate it. She has such class, you know what I'm saying, versus some of these other girls. Like, you can tell that she's not here for their shenanigans. Even in that other scene when Tip was trying to be all messy, saying that Amara was messing around with Ray and all of that stuff, she's like, oh wow, I really need to check on Princess. Like, because if your homegirl, who is clearly she's friends with Princess, like, if your homegirl is going through it, you gonna check on her. I just feel like Angela seems like such a sweetheart, and the fact that now she's been sober for 2 years, congratulations. So Brooke is there, Amara went there, as well as Princess. So Amara ends up walking over to Princess, and basically that's where the story ends. Like, the show goes off. We gotta wait till next week. But y'all, that was pretty much the episode. Let me know what y'all thought about it. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to y'all in my next review. Bye, guys.